Now, the very number one first thing, the first thing I think I would change would be Erica's disqualification. What is up, guys? It's your man Trikytee, aka Mr. Tranquility, aka the Child of Grace, aka the Hustle 101 General, and of course, you're welcome to Triky Uncut. I'm here. I'm back again, where I just talk about random crap that you guys like. Anyway, today I was talking about Big Brother as usual. What people like, sitting down and looking at the show after it has passed. What would I have changed? Certain things that I would have changed if I had to go back in time. Like I could time travel and go back in time. That things I would change. Now, the very number one first thing, the first thing I think I would change would be Erica's disqualification. Yeah. So we all watch the show. We all know that my homegirl in Lewis Stargirl was disqualified for her outburst, emotional outburst, and put it that way, thanks to a certain drink that we drank in the house. I will not call their name because there's no advert involved. Yeah, so if I could go back in time, that's the one thing that I would change, and that would be Erica's disqualification. I think I'll be cool if, like everybody else, she was evicted out of the show. You understand? Not disqualified from the show. But everything has its perks. So disqualification probably might have helped her career as it's helping her right now. I can tell. But anyway, I think what I'll have done is I'll have put in more pressure. I'll have carried her out that day. Maybe that's what I'll have done. When I start talking and then nobody listening to me, probably I would have just gone and carried her out. So I'll be shouting, "Triky, leave me alone!" Blah, blah, blah. But I think probably I'll have carried her out. And if I had done that, I believe that possibly the situation would have been calmed down. So that's the one thing I'll change. I'll go back into the house, Erica's disqualification. Number two thing I'll change is, so while we're voting in the house, I was actually voting out of emotions. I was not really like voting like, the only person I would say I put up for eviction, that's to be honest, and I literally put person up for eviction was Lucy. That's the person that I know when I went to the diary room, I'll be like, who do you want to evict? Lucy. I'm going to be honest, like that person I know that, yes, truthfully, I put her up without feeling any way because I was like, she had too much issues. I thought she had too much issues, But every other person that was putting up for eviction, I was just like, who would I choose next to? I was calculating. And the one person that I put up for eviction that I think, and I did it just once, is Prince. So I put Prince up for eviction once because in my head, Prince was a strong guy. In my head, I was like, Prince will win this thing. That's what I was thinking anyway. So I was like, let me put him up for eviction. He had a strong fan base to save him. That's what I thought, but I was wrong because the day I put him up for eviction, that was the day he went, and that was the very first time I put him up for eviction. Like everybody in the house I put up for eviction, put them up for eviction just once. So I'll just be like, okay, why have I not chosen? I chose this person. Do you understand? Yeah. So if I could change one thing, I think that would be it. Another thing, number two thing that I would change would be putting Prince up for eviction because I thought he had a very strong fan base. Looking at it in hindsight, I would have not put him up for eviction because I discovered that he didn't even put him up for eviction once. So that's it. Even though I thought he was putting him up for eviction, I thought he was, but he wasn't. Damn, I wish I didn't put him up for eviction. I think I'll have changed who I put up for eviction. I'll have put up Bright O for eviction. Not because of anything, but because when I came out, I discovered it was always putting me up for eviction constantly, So I think I'll put him up for eviction more constantly since it was giving me that, was putting him up for eviction. Not that it's anything personal, it's not anything personal, it's just the game's way the game is. So you put people you think are should I say that you think will win the game. So I believe he thought I was going to win the game. So I put him up for eviction in the stand. So that's one thing I think I'll do. I'll put up Bright O for eviction. Finally, the one thing that I would change would be the selection process I got myself and also evicted. That's right. So that it was crazy. We didn't even know what was happening. Just us to pick. We just picked two teams. We were in 3 groups, and all that. So I think if I could go back in time and change anything, it would be changing that selection process if I had the power to change it. You know, and then I think, in my opinion, whoever I actually put up for whoever my group actually chose, because we actually like pick people out. So I think I picked who did I pick that time? We picked Ozo and Dorothy. You know, yeah, that's what we picked. And then I think my part was myself and Lekon. You know, that up. So I think if I could change anything, I would have changed. Probably I would have put up maybe whoever I put up will have nothing else will have changed. Maybe I don't think it would have changed the course of the game. Actually, whoever we picked, I don't think it would have changed the course of the game. But if I could change anything, then I'd have just, you know, told them to just leave all of us at the mercy of the voters. That's what I would have done, actually. That's what I would have done. That's what I would have changed. You know, and that being said, generally, I think maybe I would have been a little bit more. I would have not changed my character. My character is fine. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope I'm able to convince you, and I'll convince you that if I go back in time, I'll change the following things on the show. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. This is where we're not going to. I forgot. Sorry, please. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. These 4 things, they are free. Please, please, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe to my channel. Subscribe. I'm done. People watching this show, Aaron is a fool. All along.
Come here,
Have we started now? Have we started?
Yes.
We started. All right. This is the intro, guys. This is the intro now. Wait first, though. Maybe what will we have changed again in the house? I'll have changed the boxers I took to the house. I'll have worn tight boxers, not agbada boxers like Praise used to call them. Praise and asshole. Am I Jisha? We are done out here. What, Tony? So who will have I'll update about Tony now. You know this thing now. Tony.